As always, Falcon, your DM, and I'll bring my players in here in a second. I have no idea what this is. It appears to be a drawing of a toast cat. Not sure if it's supposed to be actually toast or a cat wearing a costume. I suppose we'll find out. Quick question, is that supposed to be a cat wearing a costume or an actual toast cat?
No.
Or like a Pokemon?
Go away. You have to go away.
Yeah, you have to go away again. Alpha was about to say something.
No. We must know.
What?
You have to go away, Val.
Alpha.
Okay?
Alpha.
What? I'll let them have this. I guess we'll wait, audience. I guess we'll wait. Can I return, do you think? Or are they still discussing whatever just summoned an oh no from our JD? Oh dear. What on earth happened? Yeah, we're gonna just join again. Can we continue now?
I'm not sure we're gonna be able to continue, but you know, we'll try.
I'll want to know what was said when this is over.
Oh no.
I'm going to write it down so I don't forget.
No.
I must know.
It's
I'm
about-
insatiably curious.
It's about the cat Noli.
Good, thank you for writing that, for telling me that, so that...
You're welcome.
Sad.
Anyways, it's fine. Nothing happened, you guys. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Everything is fine.
Alright, I've written this down. Okay. Welcome back to D&D. Now that we've gotten that out of the way. Last we left off, your party had traveled from Saints Haven through various parts of the country to the Viridian Sea, the greatest forest in the world, some would say, and the Holy Land of the Lady of the Lily, in order to track down a flower that you needed so that you can give it to the dragon who rules the desert to the north, in return for a fulgurite that you need to create a weapon that will help you stop the Emperor. You found a guide to take you into the Viridian Sea. This guide, by some chance, is a wood elf who turns out to be Temp's sister, who we did not know he had. During your journey, it does apparently sometimes be like that. That's what happens when you let me DM. Empress of Storms and Light, yes, that is her name. The Great Blue Dragon, Lorelai's mother. You went into the Viridian Sea, got in a couple of fights. Everyone turned out okay. Tim's sister was fine. She didn't get hurt, apparently. And you decided to swing by the Temple of the Lady of the Lily to pay your respects, and out of a certain level of compulsion, we'll say, that some of you felt. Upon entering, you were drawn to the center of the temple, where you found the lady manifested in the form of a giant lily flower. She appeared to Tiska and spoke to her, and told her she would give her a god's mark, but that she would have to accept both halves of a whole mark, and in order to do so, she would have to meet with the lady's counterpart, the god of death in this world, Lord of Decay. Tiska accepted this offer, and the Lady of Lily promptly killed her.
Also,
I mean,
we must remember.
Many of you players saw this coming. I don't know how many of your characters would have seen this coming.
Also, we must remember. We cannot forget. The Hessa is currently being held like a football because she embarrassed Misa in front of this really fucking great paladin outside.
In front of a
Misa's not happy.
beautiful dragon paladin.
Misa is considering throwing her back into the swamp water just for extra measure.
The romantic subplot, as if there is only one.
Yeah.
Worth it.
So, that is where we left off. Tiska has just collapsed dead on the floor.
Misa will throw you like football.
Is that supposed to happen?
There's a slight pause. Zack screams, and Desire also shrieks and leaps forwards. The Lady of the Lily shifts to let him
forgot about Desire.
move, and he immediately grabs hold of Tiska's form and falls to his knees next to her.
Oh no.
You see him reach forward with one hand and just without hesitation check Tiska's pulse. And after a second, he looks up at the lady and goes, "What did you do to her?"
Misa quietly in the background going, "Oh, yes, we forgot that her father was here. Maybe warning next time."
You see him raise his other hand, and there's a slight whirl of snow, and he says, "Bring my daughter back now."
Can Misa go over there and just like superimpose?
Sure.
Wonderful. She's also still holding Hessa.
Yeah, you can absolutely interact with this. The lady is just kind of watching him.
Hold Hessa gentle like hamburger.
No, hold Hessa rough like football.
I can't imagine that's comfortable given the bone situation.
It's not. That's the
Honestly,
point.
she's probably used to it at this point.
Not the bones.
Yeah, it's a
Not
little
the
bit
bones.
less scaly than usual, but she's used to it. This happens a lot.
She's used to the football hold.
Yeah. More importantly, is that supposed to happen? Is she coming back? Do we need to worry about this?
The lady nods, and she says, I have sent her on her way. I will restore her when my counterpart sends her back."
Oh, thank the gods. Okay.
Yeah, because sending her on her way didn't exactly sound like the best thing.
Yeah,
You know?
it
Did
started
we-
badly, but the end of
did
the
we-
sentence was great.
Did we hear the conversation that went on?
Uh,
Tiska go, yeah.
yeah.
All right, cool. Good to know. So we at least heard that Tiska said yes.
Yes. Desire looks back at you guys, and then up to the
And
lady.
At the giant fucking snake.
What are you actually doing?
She's just sort of in front of him a little bit. I mean, you can see through her to the lady, but also do not raise your hand at magic to a god.
Don't touch my daughter, then.
Did you not hear her say yes?
I
To be fair, I
Desire,
would be worried if anyone was dropped dead.
Desire. The goddess just said that Tiska will be back, no? If you attack the goddess, what is that going to get any of us?
You see him, he's shaking slightly. You see him pause for a moment and finally curl his hand into a fist, and the snow, the sort of little whirl of cold in there dissipates. And he flexes his open hand and puts it down on the stone.
Misa just sort of nods a couple times and goes, "Trust in your daughter's decision. I believe she knows what she is doing."
He says, "Fine. But if she does not come back..."
Then I will go and find her. And I will drag her back. We all will.
You'll be dragging her back?
I will fucking punt you like a football.
I'd enjoy that.
You don't have any feet.
You'd have to put me
Or
down
legs.
to do that as well.
You can't kick.
Her
You-
version of punting is picking up and throwing. That's all she's got.
He's not punting.
As a character, how much do you know about Lord and Lady? Roll religion.
Ooh. Oh dang, I need dice for this game.
You sure do.
That would generally help, yes.
Misa is like, she's at a solid like 85%. Yeah, this is fine. But also, she's a lich.
A natural 20? Unnatural, modified 20. Okay. The Lord and the Lady, they are the preeminent goddesses of this world. Or gods of this world. The Lady of the Lily is the goddess of life, plants, healing, light. And the Lord of Decay is her counterpart, the god of death, the god of decay, the god of natural endings, and the cycle of rebirth. Together, they are the world. They do not represent the world, they are the world. They embody this planet in a way that other gods can't. They were created simultaneously because as the world was made, so were they. They are as close as you can get to speaking to the planet itself. They are it. Yes, they are essence. There is a natural cycle on this world. There is a cycle of life and death. They are the cycle. A lot more people tend to worship the Lady than worship the Lord, because that's the nature of mortal creatures, is they fear death. But more so than other gods of death and decay, the Lord of Decay is known to be natural. The thing that they definitely are above anything else is they are natural. Undeath has no place in the cycle of the Lord and the Lady.
Misa laughing nervously off to the side.
It's not like they hate it or anything. It's just not part of them. It's not despicable or anything to them. It's simply a temporary suspension from the cycle to which you will eventually return.
Oh. Oh, I see.
You tell that to Desire. He doesn't quite relax, but he does shift position so that he is sitting now cross-legged next to Tiska's form. He does not look like he's going to move anytime soon. With that, we're going to switch perspectives. You don't have to mute or deafen. Or, well, I would prefer if you muted, but you don't have to deafen. Possibly it would be easier if you didn't.
Misa sits on the opposite side.
Of Tiska's body?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to swap perspectives to Tiska. Yes, I would prefer if you muted. I would not like you to deafen because I don't want to have to explain all of this when Tiska wakes up. In third person in an abbreviated format. Okay, Tiska.
Yeah.
You aren't. And then you are again. You find yourself standing in the middle of a vast prairie. The sky above you is stormy, with this rolling thunder growling through the low clouds. Wind is sweeping around you over these very, very tall grasses. The stalks reach far above your head. Something is really bothering you about the situation, and it's not that you're in a suddenly unfamiliar location. It takes you a couple of moments to realize it. Your heart isn't beating. And you're not breathing either. The grass around you rustles. There is something in it. You turn with your hands at the ready because you don't have Wilderspark or any weapons at all. And you see a shape push its way out into this small, sort of matted down clearing of tall, dry prairie grass around you. It's a shape that's about the size of your average gray wolf. but it is a sort of longer shape with less of a obvious tail. The form is a tan in color with darker spots running down to black feet. The head is the shoulders slope down, and the neck is positioned where the head hangs down a little bit lower, like it's slinking about. The head is dark with soft fuzzy ears and a long sort of canine looking face, but not quite right. The tail is scrawny, black, curled up a little bit, and the only thing that differentiates this from a normal creature, well, there's two things. The first is that there is a massive ruff of black feathers on its back, where two large black vulture's wings are sort of attached to this figure. And the other is that as it looks at you, you can see from the sort of milky coloration of the eyes and the way that the fur is dull and discolored in some places, that this creature is dead and rotting. It is a hyena. It appears to be what was a hyena, now with these huge vulture's wings sort of just grafted onto it, although they flow very naturally in the way that they're attached, and it is dead. And it's watching you. It circles you, Tiska, and flops down in the grass and yawns. You can see there is at least one larva sort of crawling through the flesh on one side of its face and neck. And it says, name and rank.
What?
I'm just kidding. I already know who you are. I know everyone who steps across that final threshold.
Are you the, you would be the Lord then?
Yes, that's me. Lord of Decay. So, the lady took a shine to you. That's for sure. I want to know why. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
And Tiska kind of rubs her face a little bit, and it's like, and it's having a little bit of a difficulty.
With what part?
I'm not super great at talking about myself in a personal sense.
Well, sorry to say, but you're gonna have to get used to it pretty fast, because I'm interested. I'm not sending you back until I know a little bit more about who you are. The lady sent you to me. I want you to convince me to send you back.
I mean, I'm part of a group, and what my group is, what we're trying to do is we're trying to save the world, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, we did kind of screw it up in the first place. It,
Okay, admitting fault right off the bat. Very nice. But I want to know more about you, not your group. You, Tiska. You're the only one here. And that means for this moment, you're the only one that matters.
anything
Thank you for
specific
the sub. Unnameable things. Thank you very much.
you're looking for?
Well, if this goes well, and I do decide to send you on your way, preferably in the backwards direction, well, preferably for you anyhow, you will then end up bearing my mark. I want to know what makes you think you can bear my mark. Well, our mark, that is, mine and the ladies. What makes you think you're capable of bearing a god's blessing? I want you to think about that one, and we'll swap back to the other group.
You just hear the gears turning.
Listen,
Echo, I'm so sorry you've been put into a job interview.
Yeah.
I'm not good at those on the best of days when I'm like prepared.
No pressure. But otherwise, if you fail this interview, you do not go back to the mortal plane. So, rip.
Congratulations, you're dead forever.
So it is a bit of a high-risk interview.
Little bit.
I mean, it's fine.
Also, Fal, Cassidy.
This is not Cassidy.
Only thing I can think of with that voice is Cassidy, but like less afraid of ghosts.
God.
Clearly I need to do more Southerners to dissolve that association.
Cassidy, but definitely not afraid of ghosts.
Mm-mm. Cassidy was more high-pitched and a little bit more frenetic. Like on the sliding scale of frenetic to not. The Lord of Decay is at one end, and the Cassidy is a little further towards the other. So, for you guys, it's been about an hour.
Oh no.
There's been no change in Tiska.
Oh no.
Desire has not moved.
How long is this supposed to take? Are we gonna be here for like days? What's happening?
It entirely depends on how he wishes to judge her. I have no hand in it now.
Started playing tic-tac-toe.
Just playing tic-tac-toe with
Tessa
anyone
will
bored.
join you.
Tessa's still being held.
You've been holding her for an hour?
Submission.
Oh my
Misa
god.
doesn't have muscles. She's not tired.
Jesus
Tessa's
Christ.
just like squirmed one arm out and is just playing tic-tac-toe.
With a stick.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, you gave her a really long stick, and there's a little bit of dust on these smooth, sort of limestone paving tiles.
Yeah, Misa has no muscles, so holding Tessa for an hour straight, no problem.
Alright. Hello, welcome, Skylark.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's all good.
We're just playing tic-tac-toe.
Well, a couple of you are.
30 people are dead.
Well, yeah, well, Tiska is dead.
Tiska's been dead for about an hour.
Oh,
Fine,
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
she's having a
Excuse
job
me,
interview.
I assume Mir has been told this is okay and she doesn't need to try and raise Tiska from the dead immediately.
Desire already overreacted.
Yeah, also, that would be a fucking horrific idea. Please do not.
It would not work because her soul is not currently free to try and return.
Halfway through this fucking job interview, Tiska just feels a tug. Like, oh fuck.
Not allowed at the moment.
Gotcha.
She's in someone else's parlor. So,
That's so ominous.
Instead, Mir will just sit there and have anxiety.
oh, classic.
Mood.
And ain't that a mood?
Misa will play cards with her free arm with anyone who would like to.
Is the other arm holding back Desire?
No, it's holding Hessa.
It's holding Hessa. Desire has planted himself
But
crisscross next to Tiska's body, and he will not move.
Yeah, Misa is also sort of next to Tiska's dead body. But, you know.
Mir will
That was
crochet.
more That was more to make sure that she's within reach, in case Desire, after like another hour, tries to do something dumb.
Fair enough.
She's basically preventative at the moment, while also holding Hessa, because Hessa embarrassed her in front of a really pretty green dragon paladin, and Misa has not forgiven her yet.
So, Desire glances over occasionally at you, Misa, and he goes, I'm not going to do anything stupid.
Better safe than sorry, no? Besides, I thought you might want some company anyway.
But I certainly won't complain.
If it is any consolation, I don't think the sensation or lack thereof might bother her right now. You know, she just sort of motions to herself and goes, it's fine.
Oh, is this going to end up with your situation after this? Is that what's going to happen here?
I don't think so. Because she's not... Well, I died. Like,
yes.
really truly and like decayed.
Okay.
That was my thing. I was dead for over 1,000 years, yeah? So, when I came back here with them, it was the first time that I had set scale on the mortal plane since I died. This is sort of the effect of divinity, I would assume. My goddess putting me back here. Because this isn't a proper mortal form. I disintegrate.
Right.
If magic is removed. But Tiska, I am going to assume, is going to be put back into the form.
I would really hope so.
And if something weird does happen, I am here to help. So, you know, the resident expert of having died once, because the disintegration doesn't count as twice.
Right.
So yes, dying once, it wasn't that bad.
Forgive me if that does not bring me comfort.
No, I didn't expect it to. Death, the subject of death never does. For anybody.
Right. Right.
But she will be alright. I believe in her more than... This is more me believing in her than... She just sort of motions towards the pond and shit.
Yeah, the lady is not present at the moment. She is back in flower form. So her physical, like, humanoid-ish being is not there. Yeah. Yes, there are fish in the pond. There's some assorted native fish, some swamp fish, a couple of koi. Because I love koi and their stupid mouths.
Koi are so good. But yeah, Misa just sort of shrugs, not the arm that is holding Hessa, but the other shoulder, and goes, listen, Tiska got you out of the Vistis' whole bullshit. If she can do that, she can do this.
You're right. I'm just
I understand.
worried.
It is the burden of family to worry.
I have faith in her. I'm
I know.
just afraid.
And there is no shame in that. I worried about my siblings, my parents during the war. It was difficult, but that was just the way of things. I regrettably know what happened to some of them, but I can only hold out hope that for the most part they are content where they are right now. But it is the burden of family, both found and of blood.
It is, yes.
Worry until the ends of the earth.
I still prefer it over not, but It's
It feels better to worry than it does to have no connection at all.
yes, by far, by far.
He just sort of awkwardly pats his arm.
Did you mean what you said about finding her if she didn't, if she doesn't come back?
Yes,
I'm not even going to
We
ask
wouldn't
how.
leave her there.
she is just as much my family as those long gone are. And as this one, she shakes a little bit, is.
I couldn't help but notice I wasn't on the list you needed to worry about, so. No.
She just looks down at you for a second and goes, "You must make me dunk you back into this one."
There's a point right there. Though that might be blasphemy.
It might be. So I would just go outside and you know, dunk her. Sort of like how you
Outside where
put
the dragon is.
no, no, no. Sort of how you put meat into a roasting pit. I just take her by the collar and just dunk her into water, bring her back up. You know, something like that if she keeps up.
He looks
I feel like I'm
confused.
worrying right now.
Mira
Into a
just like
roasting pit.
takes out the decanter of endless water and holds it. Sort of
As it
waves
starts
around
trying
a little in the air.
as it starts wiggling more.
Hey,
Starts to
how
grow.
No,
No.
no,
We
no. I
don't
don't.
have to use it.
No, I don't want to waterboard my niece. She is just my niece.
You don't have to. You would do like the Kaiser. We just
So-
have some bucket over it.
We're not
All right.
waterboarding anyone. I don't see any board.
As it looks at me,
With-
I
with-
trusted you.
With this argument ongoing, we're gonna swap perspectives again. Everybody save Tiska, mute but do not deafen. Tiska, do you have an answer for him?
Yeah. So, Tiska sits there for a long moment.
Oh, Jesus.
And then eventually answers, I've gotten this far, haven't I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm somewhat of a survivor. Through a lot of things. I mean, the obvious connection between myself and the lady. I mean, I'm a druid, and my mother was a cleric of hers. But
So I was actually a little bit curious about that one.
oh,
You grew up with your mother worshiping the Lady the Lily. But, and through no fault of her own, I was never there. Yeah? What makes you think that you understand balance? When you represent both of us, you do have to represent both of us. Right. There are two halves to this cycle. There's her half, and there's mine. You're very familiar with the first. I want to make sure that you understand the second.
growing up, I had two mothers, and one of them was a cleric of the lady. That's true. The other one was a druid like myself, and I honestly had a better talent for the type of magic she practiced than I did for my other mother's. So that's a little confusing. I'm sorry.
No, I understand. Don't worry. I'm keeping track.
the cleric very much focused her practice on the lady. My mother, the druid, was much more balanced in her teaching. Everything ends. There is that's how the world works. Things are born, things eat them, then the things that eat them get eaten. And then those things die and then feed the plants, and I'm not doing a very good job of using words right now.
No. Trust me, I understand the cycle. And it seems to me that you have at least a basic grasp of it. The important part is that you understand that there is an end to everything. You, me, this world even.
I understand. But that end must come at a natural pace, a natural end. And what I and my companions are trying to stop is arguably incredibly unpace. Something else.
And that's true.
Think right of that.
I know what you're facing. That thing ain't meant for this world. And the world's not meant for its end in a year. So, less than even.
I didn't think so.
I think I'd be a little less blasé if it were. About the whole deal. What is it that you will do if you save the world? And what is it that you will do if you don't?
Fail, that's it. That's probably all gonna die, to be honest. I'd like to not die in a year, but I mean, if it happens, I guess. I hadn't really thought of what I would do. I hadn't really thought of what we'd do if we succeeded. It was kind of very much a get to the first part before we start planning beyond that. I mean, there's still a lot of questions that I have about my life, and
You see him sort of flick his tail. He yawns again. It is quite evident that the form that he's using is rotting. But you see when he yawns, and there's like a larval insect of some sort in his tongue. He doesn't seem to care or notice, really. He says, "Alright. What is it? What is it that you want for this world?" And with that, we'll go back to the other group.
Wonderful.
Waterboarding is not approved in this group.
No, I'm not going to. I can make a gallon of water.
You've been having this discussion for about 45 minutes.
Yes.
Misa finally turns away from this, goes back to Desire, and goes, "Anyway, ignoring what is going on over here,
Mm-hmm.
I do not
I just
think
thought
you're here for this. But this little disaster of a group is
Uncalled for.
Oh.
Oh,
very
totally called for.
Okay, fair, but still, no need for insults.
That is not an insult. It is quite the compliment, actually. But
I think it was a term of endearment.
it was. Thank you for noticing. But while we were in the hills, Zakro needed a mark. But we had to give something that this individual did not have. Something that they had never laid paw on. It was a cat-like individual, was it not?
Yes, it was Lalu.
Yeah, she's like turning back to everybody else, like that is who that was, right?
I
Like,
think so. It was pretty awful.
God damn it.
Mia, use it on him next.
Yay! Time to get moist.
Damn you!
No.
Are you guys surprised?
No.
Use oil so I could like oil up and show off my abs, but
Yeah, sure,
Also, the
scrawny.
cats serve endless water, not.
What are you showing off for, the frogs?
Nisa, can I borrow those paints?
You're
again?
about on the frickin' level with him.
those
Debatable.
frogs got eyes too, don't they?
Yeah, so glad I got a brother who wants to show off his body for frogs. Real great family we got here.
Whatever brings in the money.
Oh no.
Can't you just stick to punching shit?
Anyway.
I
Lisa
mean,
had a point.
hitting on things is one step away from hitting things.
Really ain't, bro.
It's one word separation. Anyway, she just sort of goes back to ignoring this and goes, in order to get Zakro that mark, I gave away the last whole memory I had of seeing my family before the war began. I did not see them after it started. I did not see any one of them after it started. I don't remember them very well now. It has been a very long time. But I would do it again for any one of them. And if I have to go into this other world to drag Tiska back here, then I will. It is just that simple.
It's...
Gets up and goes over and hugs you. Don't care if it's gross. I hug.
Very good.
It's not actually as gross as you feared.
Oh no.
Desire kind of looks down at Tiska. You would do things like that for her?
For any one of us. And before the thought might even transpire, that does include you.
No.
You are part of this now. There is no escape.
I
Forced optimism.
appreciate that, but
Your family, whether you like it or not.
Forced befriending commences now.
I appreciate that, but she is the only one that matters.
And that is
Oh yeah,
fair.
you matter to me.
Thanks.
So
I
obviously
think.
she's not the only one that matters.
Okay, sure. To me, though.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
I know. She will come back.
She will.
One way or another.
She is... I mean, anything I can say will sound ridiculous, but
I am certain that in the past half hour, all of us have said something that's probably worse.
I mean, you threatened to waterboard your great niece or whatever your relation is there, so
I am the sneeze. Thank you very
your
much.
great niece. There you go.
There are so many grades there that I do not bother to count.
That's fair.
This is just the sneeze. She just sort of lifts her up and then lets her go.
Hold me, Hessa gentle like hamburger.
Freedom!
Old Snurson.
Hold Snurson. That is a special Misa spell.
Hold Snurson.
It's not magical, it's just hugging.
Yeah, it's just the auto grapple, but not mean.
Aww.
He nods and he says, "It's encouraging that you would do those kinds of things for her. I'm glad she has people who care that much for her. She deserves it."
And I know that everyone in this ragtag little group would do ridiculous, dangerous, and probably stupid things for each other.
You know I got stupid online.
I believe there was a threat to beat the shit out of one of the dukes. At
Oh,
one point,
which-
I'm fairly certain there was a threat to. Was it Dees? I do not know if it was Dees, but it was Dees Papa or not. But there was a threat that went.
Probably
that
not
went,
my best idea.
No.
Oh, it was you then, was it? Good luck.
Heart was in the right place.
The Archdukes
Wasn't a
are...
great idea.
I wouldn't go against the Archdukes if I were you.
Listen, it was for Tiska.
Well, maybe I would do that then. Yes,
am
I
fairly
probably
certain
would.
that you
I would.
I mean, you were about to just try and murder a god.
No, I
so-
was not. That's not what... No. No.
Sorry. Yeah.
Relatively.
If she had said that Tiska wasn't coming back,
You would have tried to murder her on site.
No.
probably.
I'm not that stupid. I would have left. I would have departed. Then I would have spent the rest of my life tearing her worship order down to the ground. Stone by stone.
Ah.
Fair. Probably a better
Dedicated. I
idea.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. But we do not have.
Not necessary.
Yes.
I don't have to do that.
I appreciate how fast he was on the. Wait, no, I'm not gonna do that. Wait, just so you know. Just to cover all our bases here.
It is not my current intention. If she does not come back, I will do that.
If she does not come back and none of us can retrieve her, it is heavily considered. It is on the to-do list.
With that, I think we'll swap perspectives.
I love this so much.
It's very good.
Back to you, Tiska. The question was, what do you want for the world?
I want to give it a chance to expect.
Alright.
I don't necessarily know what that is. I can't see the future, certainly. But the world is made up of so many small little parts, and I want to try to give each of those parts the opportunity to fulfill themselves, whatever manner that means to them.
And where is it, Tiska, that your morality comes into this kind of decision situation? When do you find it appropriate to impose your will upon part of the world that is fulfilling itself?
That really does depend, doesn't it?
It does. And I'm curious to see what you think it depends on. When in a situation will you intervene? When is a time you've chosen to stop something, or chosen not to? I can see your life from afar, but it's a little harder for me to get a glimpse at the specifics. So I'd like to hear them from you.
Things with sentient, of course, act out.
Mm-hmm.
That I would tend to
Just so you know, if you're speaking, you are very low on voice sensitivity, and I cannot hear you a lot of the time.
Oh, I am so sorry.
There we are. That's much better.
Um,
He kind of crosses his paws and he goes, "Why did you awaken that Drake?" Oh, God.
I am so sorry. I don't know what that was. I think that was. Why is my sound effect disgusting? Sorry about that.
Why did you choose to bring sentience to a creature that never had it, never would have?
Seemed like the right thing to do at the time.
Honest answer. Go on.
My group goes on a lot of dangerous adventures, and having a better understanding of the world around him has done something to make Nyx a little bit safer on those adventures with us.
You say that, but now he decides where he wants to go, and most often he wants to come with you. Previously, you could just leave him behind out of danger. Now, he's always putting himself in the forefront of the fight. Is it really safer for him? You gave a mind to a 7-month-old Drake. And now he throws himself into battle at your side. Is that really an improvement?
Would say
I suppose you did ask him. That much is true. Very well. Kind of yawns, stretches his front paws out. You see the form that he's taken. The teeth are a little bit broken, very worn. This was an older creature. Right. Right. So that's just one example of you choosing to act instead of choosing not to. When you have chosen not to act, why? At any point in time where you've chosen not to step into the action, why?
You cut out real hard there.
Did I
I'm
really?
sorry.
Damn it.
Yeah.
At any moment when you've chosen not to step into the action, why?
Depends on the situation. Most of the time it's either because there's nothing I can do, or there's nothing I think needs to be done.
When you say there's nothing you can do, is it simply because you don't want to try, or because you truly believe that you won't have an impact, no matter what your actions are? Or do you believe that it's right not to act and to let things simply play out as they otherwise would have?
Any given moment, it could be any of the three. Sometimes things need to take whatever course they may. Sometimes things can't be affected. Sometimes I particularly don't have the capability to have an effect. You're asking very general questions about things that change depending on the specific situation.
Well, I am referring to your entire life, so I suppose I could try and zero in on isolated incidents if you'd prefer.
I mean, I suppose it depends on what kind of an understanding you're looking to get.
Fair enough. I got a slightly different question for you. Prior to today, when and how did you actually think you were going to die? And we'll swap perspectives.
That is so fucking ominous.
Yikes.
It's probably been about 3-ish hours in total. 3.5.
Was there a reason we couldn't, like...
Shady.
There's nothing keeping you in this room.
Hey,
Beer pole.
Zachro. I've got some jerky. You wanna trade off a bread roll for some jerky so we can make like sandwiches?
Oh.
Mia has some provisions in her bag of holding.
They're gonna be real chewy sandwiches, but I mean, hey.
Make sure we save some for Tiska. Tiska might want food after this.
Mia will share some seeds and dried berries.
Also, Misa is being like the most aggressively optimistic individual on the planet.
Were we allowed to, like... No, we were sitting near Tiska. Is there a reason we shouldn't touch her or whatnot? Mira's gonna, like, fold up a blanket and kind of tuck it under her head.
Yeah, no, there's no reason not to. The only thing is that you'll have to move around Desire, who refuses to move away.
Just hand him
I'll
the
work
blanket.
with that.
Hand him the blanket. Make him do it.
Here, you can tuck the one under her head, and I'll put one over her.
He watches you fold it first.
I had it to him. So here, put this under her head.
He does his best. Tiska's very large horns are a slight obstacle. They're lovely horns. But Desire's are not the same shape, so he struggles with that for a second. Actually, no, he doesn't quite struggle with it. Seems to have done something similar before.
Oh. That is ominously emotional. Like, that, Like, I am squinting at you.
Terrifying.
Don't
Mira
worry
isn't
about it.
quite sure what else to be doing. She sort of ends up absently singing a lullaby. One that was sung to her when she was a small child.
Oh.
It's kind of like poking at the ground, shooting to Tiska. I don't know if you want me to actually sing or not.
Desire is kind of like sitting there, and he looks kind of antsy, and finally he goes, "Right, I'm very worried, but I'm also somehow very bored.
Yes, that happens.
I don't like this combination."
No, it makes you feel very bad. I understand how you feel.
Waiting is
guessing
the
you,
worst part.
I'm guessing you haven't spent a lot of time in hospitals, huh?
No, why would I do that?
Or
Fair
on
enough.
active battlefield.
No, that's not really my style.
No, and I respect that. Keeps you out of unfortunate circumstances. Well, certain unfortunate circumstances.
Ones that I would prefer to be kept out of, so yes.
No, that's fair. So, what do you want to do?
I have no idea. I don't... Doing anything feels disrespectful.
I don't think she would care.
Yes, but I do.
Fair.
If you want music.
Okay. Is that fixed? No. See, I have no control over it. My microphone just does that sometimes, and I don't understand why. It just spontaneously does this, and it hurts everyone, and I can't hear it. Again, I have no control over these circumstances. I don't know what happens when that occurs. It doesn't have any sort of thing on.
Clearly.
It's not a Discord issue. It's actually my microphone, because I had to disconnect and reconnect my microphone in order for it to work.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Or to reset it. I don't understand what it is or why it does that. I have no
What kind of
control over
microphone
that.
is it?
It's a Yeti. It's a Blue Yeti.
Okay. Oop, I didn't mean to close that. I will.
I'm
look
looking
up.
with concern at my own Blue Yeti microphone.
It's done this in the past, and I don't know why. I don't touch anything. It just spontaneously does it, and disconnecting and reconnecting it works fine.
The first thing that comes up if I put in Blue Yeti microphone static fix.
Okay.
Violent static using Blue Yeti microphone. So this is a known problem.
Okay, cool. Glad to hear it.
There are fixes listed on this webpage. I will give them to the chat after the stream.
Yeah, thank you. I'd appreciate it.
No
Say
problem.
it's Falk's tech malfunction curse.
Apparently
Yeah.
so. Mark that one
Honestly,
off the
mood.
bingo card, folks, because we got it for this
Technical.
one.
Technical difficulties.
Great.
Check off the bingo space.
It's fine.
I don't know where the bingo card is at this point. Okay, what were we doing?
Trying to get Desire to fix his boredom without feeling disrespectful to Tiska.
Ah,
We have
yes.
cards. Misa has cards. We
Okay,
can play a
but
game.
But what if she comes back and I'm not, like, there?
You
We can do it right here.
What if I'm not paying attention?
We
We
can
just-
take turns watching her, and then you can, and then if she wakes up, you'll be the first to know.
Fine.
Or second to know if somebody else is watching her, but you will know soon.
Sure, okay.
You will know immediately upon her awakening.
Okay, sure. I'm going to try and keep watching, though, if that's... I mean, I'm...
That is fine.
Okay. Good. Yes, good.
I love this sad man so much.
Call it.
Tiska, talk to your father.
He will engage in games of cards with you, though he positions himself so that at any moment he can see Tiska.
Valid.
There.
They're not card games on motorcycles, so I'm not really interested.
That's cursed.
Okay.
Card
How
games and
dare-
motorcycles are bad.
We could use Tiska as a table. Just lay the cards
No.
on her.
Absolutely not.
No! We can use Hessa as a table.
We can.
Jesus Christ. Alright.
It is gentle familial bullying.
We'll swap
Gentle?
perspectives.
You guys are being gentle?
Oh my god. Mute
How
yourself.
dare.
We're swapping back to Tiska. Do you have an answer for him, Tiska?
Shoot, I did, but then got distracted. What was the question again?
Before today, how and when did you think you were going to die?
Okay.
What did you assume? And what did you think would happen to you afterwards?
Kinda assumed I'd end up dying in a fight.
In a battle. Alright.
Gotten into a few scrapes that I wasn't sure we would all be able to see the other side of.
Hmm.
I mean, as far as where I assumed I would go, that's apparently a complicated question with me.
Fair enough. Where would you want to go?
Not to hell.
Nah, I don't think a lot of people want to go to hell. Generally, it's we'll call it an undesirable vacation locale. Not really everyone's favorite. Tend to end up there unintentionally.
Not hot on the tourism books, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, they got a tourism industry, but
They sure do.
I sure don't know why. From what I've seen is not actually that appealing.
Some people are.
I suppose. And a very active construction industry. It's very true. They're always hiring. Well, so you just assumed at some point during your adventure you'd just end up gone.
Yeah, kinda.
What?
I mean, I knew it was a very real possibility. Didn't really think about it beyond.
You didn't, because you'd have faith that your friends would bring you back. wasn't a question, that was a statement. You've got multiple friends of yours who can drag a soul back to its body. You would assume someone would do that for you.
Yeah.
Believe me, if it weren't for my counterpart on the material plane right now, they'd have tried by now.
That wouldn't.
Alright, fair enough. But if they didn't,
I'd move on, I guess, to wherever I ended up. As long, like, hell or the abyss or somewhere awful. I think I'd be alright.
I don't think you'd end up in the abyss. As I recall, you've got a couple friends in some of the outer planes. I think they'd want you with them.
Probably. So.
Fair enough. Alright. Suppose this brings me to my next question. That would be your body dealt with. Rotted away eventually. I want you to tell me, Tiska, what do you think is the worth of a living soul? We'll swap perspectives. I'll let you think on that one.
Oh boy.
This is the most brutal session. Oh my god. But yeah, also if Tiska said if Tiska said, yeah, I want to go to Serpent Home, Misa would just be like, alright. I am bringing you home. No one is allowed to fucking argue.
A single corn chip. 350, take it or leave it.
a good cornbread muffin.
I love your guys'
bad cornbread.
Champions Philosophy for 05. I really love your opinions of this question.
Honestly, it depends on the soul.
It's true. Or is it?
Up until very recently, Mir had a good idea where she was gonna end up, and now she questions.
I think that's the point.
Yeah, that's probably the point.
You're welcome.
Yep.
That's my job.
Well, she had a few questions beforehand, but
Now they're
those are for
solidified.
backstory reasons.
Now there's another question of, do you really want to end up in the fucking bureaucratic heaven?
Yeah.
God.
Honest to God, that place is a fucking nightmare. I had to look up
These are-
court proceedings for that.
Well, is that where you end up if you're a lawful good though? Because Mir's not.
Yeah, that's the lawful good plan.
Honestly,
More
I'm
like
not
awful
gonna
good,
lie.
am I right?
Right? I'm not gonna lie. Misa can and will adopt everybody into Serpent Home if they decide they don't want to go to their particular area.
I love her.
Hey, everybody remember to
Misa
stay
will-
hydrated.
Misa will petition every
Hydrated,
deity she's got and go, please let me bring my other family here.
Hell
They
yeah.
don't want to go where they are assigned. Let them come home.
Maybe Mir could end up in Tick's house.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Tick seemed to take a shine to you.
Maybe she'll just come there on weekends. My gods are arguing again. Can I stay at your place for?
God.
My
That
my
would be
parents
so
are arguing, and again, can I stay at your house tonight?
I
That was the
love it.
implication. Yes.
You. So, it's probably been about, let's say,
69 years.
5.5 hours at this point.
God damn it.
It's late. It is nighttime.
Misa's not moving.
Neither is Desire.
Misa
No.
is camped beside Tiska.
Y'all are pretty sleepy at this point. Although, Misa, you don't sleep, so.
Misa's not sleepy at all.
Mir puts on
Yes,
some tea for Desire.
Tessa has most
anyone else who
definitely accidentally fallen asleep on Misa.
That's fine. She's used to it.
Amazing, considering how uncomfortable Misa is at the moment to be like as a pillow.
Yeah. But also,
It's like sleeping on a bundle of fire sticks.
but also to be fair, Hessa on any given day is so hopped up on coffee, doesn't matter.
No,
Where she falls asleep is where she falls asleep.
that's fair.
Fair.
She just sort of shuts
Fair.
off at some point, probably.
Yeah, it's just like a total
Yeah.
shutdown.
Basically.
It is time for forced sleep.
Here's warm snot. Yeah, pretty much. So, it's been about 5.5 hours. It's night. Some of you are asleep.
Misa has her tail curled around both Desire and Tiska.
It's like a
The
big.
perks of being so fucking long.
It's a large, comforting, unnervingly meaty wall.
Yeah. With oil paper.
I don't know. The unnervingly meaty is the best part.
No,
She'll
no.
smack you. She will
I
smack you.
didn't mean it like. Jeez, I didn't mean it like that. You fucking weirdos.
Do not lie. You always made it like that.
I didn't for once in my life.
For Christ's sake.
Sometimes you
degenerate.
just try to go a little eldritch and everybody assumes you're making a dick joke.
Yeah.
From Dick Shoulder over here.
It's not my fault.
Oh.
From Dick Dice Shoulder over here.
Oh no.
I think I'm gonna go with shoulder shaft.
Oh god. Oh my
Oh
god.
no. That's your new nickname.
Christ.
It's the #1 punch boy. Shoulder shaft.
I hate that.
I feel like that sometimes.
Falcon is trying to have a serious emotional meet this time here, and we're just like, nope.
This is how we cope. You put the rest of us through anxiety. This is how we will make us respond.
This is how we go.
I suppose.
There's nothing we can do for Tiska right now, so we meme.
Fair enough.
I have no mouth and I must meme.
Yeah, he's
Always.
Desire's quite quiet at the moment. Just kind of sitting there. You can talk to him if you like.
Misa will be trying to keep him, like, not just falling into this cesspool that is his own thoughts.
Sure. What do you say?
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
I said this, knowing that I'd have to say something.
Yeah, really, you led into that, and I was waiting for the rest of it.
Falk, you should know better from me.
Mira will ask, Desire,
Honestly-
sorry, brain fart for a moment.
Honestly, Misa's
If-
probably just talking about adventures
Okay. And then Mir.
that she's gone on with Tiska.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if he looks, them looking sadly at Discavir asked you, did you ever sing lullabies to her when she was small?
No, I never got the chance.
Why don't you start now?
I can teach you one.
I
I had one that my nan would sing to me. She ended up kind of borrowing it from someone else because I'm kinku, but
I am. Would that be patronizing? Or, I mean, she's an adult.
you never know. It's hard to
she's
tell
still-
sometimes what.
She is still your daughter, no?
That's very true.
I am going to be perfectly honest. At my age right now, if my mother came back and began to sing to me, it would be the single best moment that I could ask for. Other than being with this. She just sort of waves her arms in the general direction of everybody else. This group. That would be the single thing that I could say I would want.
Then yes, I can't I can't say I'm the best. I have the best voice, but I would like to learn. Yes.
Tiska needs to have a talk with her father after this.
Everybody needs to have a nice therapeutic talk with everyone else, let's be honest.
You right.
No.
God, I'm
Never.
Party next therapy.
Is it like Worth of a Soul or something?
Oh yeah.
Poor Echo.
Yep.
Yeah, so Desire will try to learn it. From you.
Okay.
His voice isn't that terrible, to be honest. He seems quite nervous.
Sleep, little child, do not be afraid, for we are watching over you. Here, you try.
Oh, that's the emotional one.
Oof.
That's the like kick you in the fucking throat one.
You think
Oh,
birds are gonna sing about once her babies fall from the tree? Fuck no!
Oh no! But
No
this
rockabye
child
baby for
is
this bitch.
dead.
God.
She's dead temporarily, okay?
Yes, but
We're
you're
watching
having
over
her.
her, though.
Hopefully
Yes, you're
temporarily.
having her father, who has not been here for most of her life, sing over her dead body that he is watching over her.
Which he
Look,
does.
Mira's trying, okay?
It brings a new meaning to over my dead body, so.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Oh
Real glad you didn't sound like you said that in character.
Or we'd have two dead bodies in the clearing.
Yeah.
Fire would have murdered you.
Oh no.
Yes, no, and he will sing it, and he looks caught between, like, distress and, like, you know, just general emotion. I wish I had gotten the chance to do such things.
Well, it's like my pa always said. The best time to plant a tree is 100 years ago. The next best time is today.
If it makes you feel any better, those of us in the barracks would sing to the new recruits to the paladinship. Many of them fresh out of home. Some of them didn't want to leave. Others just got homesick. We just sang to them, as best as we could, because that is what they needed, whether it was from us, from their families who could not be there, or just because they were having a bad time. There is no wrong time to start.
It's true.
You may have missed one opportunity, yes, but that just means that you have to start now.
I'm trying.
If you don't get started, the race will finish before you ever left the line. Yeah?
You're right. You're right. I am trying. She doesn't forgive me that much, it's obvious. And I could say things like it's not my fault, but that wouldn't really excuse anything.
Have you tried talking to her on free time? Talking to her, spending time with her, trying to play a game with her, to bond at all?
I mean, I would like to, but she's...
Are you afraid that she will tell you no?
Yes.
Have you tried to ask anyway? You do not know what she will say until you ask.
You're right, I don't, but
If she says no, that just means that you need to keep working. And I don't think she dislikes you as much as you may think she does.
But I fear that she does, because listen, have you... It's going to sound stupid, but have you ever... You've met someone that you want to live and be good for, because they deserve that kind of person around them?
Yes. She makes a very not so subtle look to wherever the fuck Hessa is fucked off to.
Hessa's literally just passed out
On
right
her.
next to you.
Wonderful.
Vibing.
Just vibing, you know?
Quick question.
Yes.
How is Hessa's hair done?
It's a whole bunch of curls, right?
Yeah, just kind of messy. It now
like-
has like these little cloth squares kind of tied in.
Like, is it loose or is it like braided or
Loose, I think.
style?
Yeah, loose. It looks like she's tried to make braids before, but it's just kind of like now it's free. She's just
Wonderful.
kind of letting it's vibing, you know. It's just
Misa
doing.
is occasionally passing her fingers through Hessa's hair.
You're gonna have to wash that.
Her fingers are still bony. There's no meat on those yet.
That's where you're wrong, Chief.
Meat juice.
Oh no!
Meat juice.
I told you
Oh,
you got
yeah.
tendons and some musculature back.
Oh.
If that is how that is, then she has oilcloth all over her hands.
Get some
Like
I
gloves.
don't like any of that.
Yeah,
To
like
be
surgical
fair,
All up in the hair.
fair. Hands don't really have a whole lot of, or well, fingers at least don't have a whole lot of musculature in them. It's mostly tendons.
That's true. So it's mostly
Very fair.
tendons. There's not a whole lot of nastiness there yet.
So
Yeah.
no meat juice in the hair.
No meat
Thanks,
juice in
guys.
the hair. I'll give this until you. No meat juice in the hair.
Oh, thank
That's
God.
that's really nice of you, Falk. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Genty, please!
Oh God.
Thank you, Jinty. I approve.
Don't like that.
Mir, by the way, is like, if any of the party members have fallen asleep, she's gone around to like tuck them in. Up until the point she ends up passing out herself.
Oh.
Valid. But yeah, Misa just sort of shrugs and goes, "It may take time, but you have not asked yet."
I
Right?
know. Listen. It's when you meet someone this valuable, I don't want to drive her away and lose her.
Have you told her that?
No, because that would run the risk of driving her away and losing her. This is a losing battle.
If you're going to frame it that way, then everything you can try to do is. The point is to try.
But what
Because
if
if you don't try,
right
then you
now
will
she at
go
least
nowhere.
tolerates me being around her, and that's
And that is a good sign, is it not? She
it
could have
is.
said stay. She could have said stay on the ship.
What if I lose even that? I can't. I can't lose that.
But what if you don't lose that, if you ask? Is sitting in this limbo, this purgatory state, better than losing her?
It's better than what I had before.
I'm not going to lie. Most things are better than what you had before.
Okay, you are fair. I was in prison in hell, so
Yes,
market
the-
improvement.
the bar that you have set is very low to the ground.
Well, okay. I suppose you're not wrong about that.
If you do not speak to her, you're never going to go anywhere, and you will watch her grow up more and continue to grow without being a part of it, because you aren't a part of it right now. You are arm's length away because you are afraid of hurting a very fragile balance that, to a point, inaction could hurt as well. If you do not act, maybe she will think that you do not want a relationship because you have not said that you want one. You haven't expressed that you want more than this. If she does not know that you want to be in her life again,
I do, more than anything.
How is she going to let you in? How is she going to know to let you in if she doesn't know that that is what you want?
You're right. He nods after a moment. You're right. I will try. I'm very afraid.
And that is normal. But I think that it will be okay.
Then I trust you.
I think it may take time, but I do not think that Tiska will toss you away like that. She rescued you out of Levistus' grasp.
It's funny, I thought it was because she was more merciful than I might be given the circumstance, but I think she is more like me than she is like her mother, when it comes down to it.
Zach may have a cup of coffee as a treat.
We'll swap perspectives.
Jesus.
If Hessa sees coffee, she is most definitely trying to swipe some.
Jesus Christ.
You're unconscious.
You're asleep.
Yeah, too
Go
bad.
to sleep.
You were
It's
asleep.
been hours. She should be awake
Go to
now.
sleep. We're swapping perspectives.
It's
Tiska,
Mm-hmm.
do you have an answer for him?
I mean, it's kind of a strange thing to think about it, but I suppose when it comes right down to it, a soul only has as much worth as... God damn it, book!
God damn it, Buck. We're
Trying to have an important conversation here.
trying to
in the
determine the
middle
future
of-
of Tiska's character. Whether she gets to continue in the campaign or not.
God.
Oh shit.
Go on, Echo.
Soul only has as much worth as people assigned to it. Anything only has as much worth as people assign.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the only things really out here assigning worth to anything. I mean, people.
Yes.
There's not really a whole lot of point in people existing if their souls don't matter, are completely worthless. In the end, that worth is only assigned by the existence of those people.
Very true. I would think. Very interesting. I like your opinions on this. So it's based on action, you think? Or...
I mean, hmm. I mean, if different souls were to have different worth, which I'm not sure that they do, but I think it would be based on action opposed to something arbitrary. Oh, I don't know the circumstances of.
I like that you don't know. And I like that at the same time you kind of do. The weight of a soul, the worth of a soul, really only matters to itself. Because beyond death, it'll go somewhere else, sure. But then it's done. And of course, all souls eventually fade. So, it doesn't really matter. Now, does it? What your soul is worth, what your friend's souls are worth, what your friend's sister's soul is worth, none of it really matters. But you care anyway. Because you just can't help yourself. I like you.
I appreciate that.
I think this will be good enough. Go on now. Get going. I'll see you again. Not today. Not for a while, I think. If I do see you again, and it's sooner than I expect, we're gonna have a talk about why that happened. You understand?
I'll do my best to not have to have that talk.
Excellent. The hyena stands, shakes its coat out. A little bit of the coat falls off. Shakes a few feathers, spreads those big wings. They're pure black, save for silver primaries that run along the length of the wing. Stretches, folds the wings back in. He looks back to you and he says, "All right. Oh, and try not to freak out about the mark. I think we did a good job designing it. I think you'll enjoy it. Oh,
Right.
and just like always, same rules as everyone. Don't you use that unless you have to.
Absolute last resort.
That's right.
Gotcha.
All right. And he smiles at you. And you wake up.
You are
We
tucked
just come
in,
back
nice
now?
and cozy.
Pretty much everyone is asleep, except Misa.
Except Misa,
Oh boy.
who, upon your awakening,
It's probably been about 9 hours since you died. You don't know this. You only, for you it was 25 minutes maybe. The time it took you to answer some questions, that's all. Everyone is
Job
asleep
inter-
except Misa. It's the dead of night.
My back probably hurts like a bitch.
Yeah, speaking of,
Uh-huh.
no one noticed, because no one's been looking at your wings. They're not red anymore.
Oh, whoa.
They look
Very
like that.
good.
There's
Looks
this
like
marbling of color that's spread over your wings like mixed paint. In these brilliant, bright, tropical frog colors.
oh, that's so good.
The symbol of the lady is still painted on, but it's kind of overshadowed now by just the coloration.
Oh, that's delightful.
Misa looks at you for a hot second there, Tiska, and goes very quietly, Are you okay? You okay? Well, once I wake everyone else up, things are going to get very loud, I think. Are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right.
Wonderful. She immediately prods Desire awake and says, at a not too terrible volume, Tiska's back.
He is awake in instants, sitting up, and he just like his expression is caught between like this sort of almost disbelief, a good amount of joy, and hesitation.
There's no hesitation from me, or she immediately heads over and goes, Tiska, Tiska, are you okay? Do you need any healing? Are you alright? Are the pieces? Oh, your wings!
No healing. I'm good.
Yeah, you feel fine. A little weird, little off. That's probably
Maybe
because you were
hungry?
dead
I'll make
for.
a cup of tea.
You are hungry.
And sore from being on the floor.
Hungry and a little sore.
Probably shouldn't use that word.
Mir bustles about making you some food.
Oh, hey, I'm glad you're not dead.
Me too.
Eloquence of the century.
Anytime.
I am not be dead for now.
You were dead for a bit.
Yep.
You were dead
Yes.
for. What time is it?
Late. Very late.
Something 8 hours or something.
Not late enough to start
Well,
this
not
fucking party. No.
It did not feel like that long.
You're back.
Sure am.
Indeed. Misa claps a hand on Desire's shoulder, looks very obviously between the two of them, and gets up and leaves.
Oh. Right.
Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna... Yeah.
Throwing him under the bus!
Yeet.
Yeah. Mir
Everybody slowly
moves
leaves.
to go, Mir
Misa
moves
shouts,
to go make coffee and soup and things and give you a moment with your dad.
See,
She also gives him a pointed look before giving
That's
us
not. Everyone stop staring at me. I know.
Temp doesn't slowly leave.
Aware.
He leaves real quick and does some wall running.
Just because he can.
Yeah, just on the way out.
Femra's
Oh.
like, why?
Why not?
Why you gotta? Okay, sure.
Misa shouts, glad to have you back, Tiska, and then vacates.
You're making this more awkward than it needed to be.
Yeah, but it's fun.
It's our specialty!
Don't enjoy your brand of fun.
group works.
Guys, I'm very confused.
I love Desire so much.
Well,
Sad dad.
Very good.
so dumb and so sad.
I love this stupid man so much. This gentle dumbass.
You just want to shake him a little.
He
Just a little bit.
he kind of looks down at his hands. He goes, I wanted to talk to you, if I could.
Sure. Sure.
Though I guess we're doing that right now because everyone else just determined that we would be doing that right now, which is fine. Thank
I
you,
did
all of you. Thought,
Bye.
you know, she just woke up. You could have let it lay a little bit longer.
I'm making her soup.
More of
You
this
talk
sweet-
while we make soup.
Okay.
Did you have to do that in another? Okay.
Soup time.
I am pretty hungry. Soup would be great.
Yes, you were dead for
Right.
a long time.
Words. Yeah, that's a little weird too. 'Cause it was like half an hour but no,
Oh.
it was not.
No, it was...
It took like half an hour.
It's going to be morning soon, I think. You were gone for quite a while. I'm very glad you're back. I did threaten to destroy the entire Order of the Lady if you didn't make it back. So I have to rescind that threat now, which is fine.
That seems like it would have been inadvisable.
No, you're right. It would have been. It probably wouldn't have worked, but, you know, I would have had to try.
Interesting. That's, you do you, I guess.
Listen.
Oh my god.
This is so awkward.
I love this so much.
Painfully awkward. It's great because Tiska also sucks at this.
So good.
God.
Like, Tiska has a decent charisma score, and the way I interpret that is that she is, like, decently pretty good at talking to people when it's not about her.
Desire's
Valid.
charisma is really good, but he's just, like, really awkward in certain situations.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes it's real good, and then it's like, oh, we have to talk about me now. I'm good. I'll pass.
Desire kind of takes a breath,
Get out here.
and he says, listen, Tiska, I did mean to speak to you. I guess, I hate using the word because then it sounds like some sort of complex or something, but rescued me from hell, effectively. And I fully realize I have not been a person that you deserve to have around. But I would like to change that, if I could. You're the only thing in the world that matters to me. At all. And I don't know if you know that or understand it. I just want to be there for you, if I can. I know it's not good enough. I know it will never be good enough, but I want it to be something.
I mean, something is better than none.
Yes.
The laughing is out of character, I
Oh,
promise.
same. Hard same.
God.
God,
This
they're
hurts.
so bad. They're so bad at this.
This hurts.
Terrible.
Oh, this is painful.
You know, if Misa
God.
if Misa could, she'd have like a little like one of those weird fucking flags, like pointed flags that just has desire on it. She's waving it.
Oh my god.
She's rooting for this really just dumb dad. This poor sad man.
Do your best. Do your best.
So he's fiddling with his hands because you realize now that's what he does when he's like really nervous. as he fiddles with his hands, which are normally, I mean, when the first time you saw him, they were like immaculately manicured, because that's the kind of person that he is. Significantly less, just like perfect now. He fiddles with his hands constantly. And he goes, so if I want to be able to talk to you and interact with you, and this is really awkward. Can we just, like, have a conversation where you're not, like, really put off by my presence? I want to make that happen.
I can't promise that it won't violate.
No, like, it's going to be awkward no matter what. I'm an asshole, so I kind of deserve that.
Oh my god.
You said it, not me.
Well, I know it's true, so... But yes, I just want to say, I think I've already said it before, but I am sorry. I know that doesn't mean anything. But I want to...
He wants to be a part of her life so bad.
I was literally about to say that. I just want to be part of your life. If that's okay with you. You have no obligation. You don't have to... you don't have to accept that.
No, yeah. Words are... But yeah, that would be fine.
Okay. Good.
God.
I was really scared you were going to say no to that. I already effectively lost you once, almost lost you again. I don't want to do it a third time.
Third time's the charm.
No! Bruh!
That's a rough moment.
Oh.
Bruh, no!
No. No.
I'm sorry. It was the
No, you're
first
not.
thing that came to my mind.
No, you're
Alpha,
not. You're not
please.
sorry.
Why would you do this?
I'm sorry.
No, you're
Jesus.
not. Stop lying to us.
You're awful, and I support you.
Christ.
I love them. They're both dumb and awkward. I just can't help
Same.
the things that come to my brain.
For fuck's sake. Okay. So he says that. Not the third time's the charm part, obviously, because no one in their right mind would say that in this conversation.
Alpha.
Yeah.
Morbid humor is how I survive.
Christ.
Woo.
And he nods to you. And he says, by the way, I think your wings look really, really amazing.
They did pretty good.
It's not what I expected from them, to be honest. Quite a surprise. Expected like flowers or something.
I mean, it's a mark of both of them. The Lord isn't so much a flowers type, you know, so...
No, it's like a mushroom thing, right?
Yeah. Closer to mushrooms and worms. It's aesthetic.
Yeah.
This is kind of like a warning coloration, which I think fits both of them pretty well.
Yes, apparently if you get too close to the lady, she'll kill you. which I didn't realize was a thing.
Yep.
And he actually gives you a tentative smile.
Oh, my heart.
The laugh was in character when he said that thing.
Oh,
Then it is
Maybe
slightly
it
less
did not
tentative.
sound quite that deranged, but there was a laugh. There was a my as a player, human person laughs just always sound horrifying.
Then the smile is less tentative, and he looks down and goes, let's see what they have for soup, because I bet there's nothing in this damn swamp except for frogs. So let's see if they decide to eat frogs, or if they're going to make something else. I would not eat
Something
those.
else would be
Frog soup, frog soup, frog soup.
They give you really
Oh,
weird
yeah.
dreams.
apparently weird dreams, and I would prefer less of that.
That's very fair. And without further ado, he'll head towards the door. I think that's where we can go ahead and take a break.
Oh, it's,
Yeah.
it's just break time? Oh.
Yeah, it's break time. Unless you guys want to be done for
Never
tonight, we can be done for tonight if you'd like.
Mir has things to say too.
All right. In which case, we'll take a
Things,
short
so I
break.
don't know.
Woo.
Because it's only 9:10. So
Yeah.
we will be back in just a little bit. I'll talk to you guys in 10 minutes.
Woo!
See you soon. Oh, well, that's interesting. Why is this here? Hello.
Hello. We were talking about my.
Hey.
We
So
were
I
talking about the
see.
Ghostbusters world.
So I see.
I want to bring the Ghostbusters back, Falk.
We should.
We should. That was in 2018.
We really should.
So long.
It's been so
It's been so long.
And I'm so much better at DMing now.
We improve over time. That's how it goes.
I can say...
Will I bring back Sigurd to taunt for people in the kidneys?
And I'll bring back
Yes.
old Cassidy Diamond.
I love them all so much. Cassidy's definitely going to have another ghost experience because I just can't
Oh,
not...
you torture him.
He will love ghosts by the time I'm done with him. So help me God.
Oh shit, are we talking about Arcanum, like Steamworks and Magica Obscura?
Well, we were, but now we're going to talk about D&D.
Oh.
Well, I'm not sure if we ever ended up touching aside from just gently freaking out Cassidy some that Sigurd is haunted.
What?
Sigurd has a ghost following her around.
You never told him that because he would have panicked.
I don't think you could see him, so you weren't certain if she was just nuts.
We never touched
or
on that.
Cassidy being.
Echo,
I swear,
Echo, no.
just generally.
Cassidy has a boyfriend.
Echo.
He's a bird.
Echo, yes.
Thank you very much.
Echo,
he
yes.
has a bird boyfriend.
Echo, yes.
I'm
It was
sorry,
like the
if-
next adventure
if you
could be
were-
we
if you
get
wouldn't fuck a ghost,
rituals
then
to raise
honestly
the
get out of
people
this
who
call and
died.
end it honestly.
Yes, I believe so. Which included my bird boyfriend's sister, I think.
Yeah.
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 So, we're going to continue with Dungeons & Dragons for tonight. I believe several of you had things you wanted to do.
Doesn't
Well, Mia wanted to talk to
tempt
Tiska
here
when
for the
she
vine.
has a moment.
Absolutely.
Because you find the Mir has made not so much soup as like a thick, hearty broth, because she isn't keen on the frogs in the swamp, whether they're poisonous or not. So she's just kind of working with some water from the decanter and mixing in some rations to make something tasty.
Absolutely.
She brings Tiska, or when Tiska comes out, she brings over a bowl. It's like, hey, have some soup. So wait until she can kind of. Well, she'll let everyone have a moment of yay, you're back, Tiska, before, and then kind of try to talk to her a little off to the side when she has a moment.
Can you forage for mushrooms? Sure, roll survival.
Misa will just...
Who's trying to forge?
What sort of edibles?
Is it a D20?
Yeah, that's a d20 plus your survival bonus.
Misa is sitting near the water's edge, just sort of playing with it, because she has nothing better to do.
I get
Aww.
a 16.
Also, she is
Oh.
now 72 out of 101 candy bars total.
Ah. Oh, no longer
Yay.
69. Damn.
No longer 69.
Shit.
Aw.
Tragedy.
It is.
Darn.
Smear will sidle over to Tiska when she has a moment. Don't poison yourself, Shanti. Or Braum, rather. Shanti should also not poison himself, but
It's
Braum
true.
is the one with the mushrooms. Question is, they may be edible, but are they other things as well?
Don't know until you eat them.
Braum just starts tripping balls over breakfast.
Let's go.
Oh no, I'm afraid.
Go on, have your conversation.
Yeah, Mir settles over to Tiska and says, "How you doing? Well, you're out for a bit?"
Yeah, I'm alright. Back was a little so getting.
Come closer to your microphone.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
you know, back was a little sore, getting over that. I don't lay on my back very much.
Fair enough.
For obvious reasons, and she kind of shifts her wings.
Yeah, figure.
But yeah, I'm alright. That's a little weird.
I think,
Right.
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
You finish what you were saying.
No, I don't know.
Ah, well, you and, Desire, are you on okay terms, you think? All things considered?
I mean, alright enough.
Yeah, I don't want to be, nosy and stuff. Okay, I want to be, but I shouldn't be. Really the way... me and my family, my parents haven't always gotten along 100%. They weren't super thrilled with the idea of me going off being a venture, but I do try and, be in contact with them, and especially with my grandma. She's not always all there these days, Like, maybe a couple weeks before I left, I nearly didn't. Staying at home, and I found her. It's raining, and she was outside. She seemed to think she was on the deck of the ship again, to get her to realize where she was. You can lose people in different ways, and it's never good to be stuck thinking that things could have been different if only you'd tried more beforehand. So I'm not trying to guilt you or something. I know that obviously your situation is a lot more complicated, but if you can connect with someone, you want to do that, I guess. Yeah. You're sort of awkwardly pokes at her bowl of broth.
Tiska takes a long slurp.
Soup.
It's just a little weird.
Yeah, no, definitely. I didn't have to go to hell to get any of my relatives.
Yeah.
Although sometimes I wonder if some of my extended family belongs there. I mean, they're lovely
Whoa.
people, lovely.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Goddamn.
No, they're all fine. They're just... Let's just say that I think some of them are a little disappointed in my career path.
They should take a vacation.
No, they're fine. I shouldn't say that. I'm... Family, Family.
It's just he wasn't there when I Jesus Christ. Okay.
Oh my god.
My mom's who raised me, I mean, they were human. And, it was kind of obvious from when I was very, very young that, I was not born in the town I was raised in. And, I mean, that and, who I am kind of made things hard for me growing up. And I get there was a reason for that, and I wouldn't trade my mom's for any. But, and I understand to a certain extent why they did it, but it's just kind of there's still it's still a little bit weird for me. Finally. No.
Yeah, I
After
mean,
wondering for so long.
I can only imagine. My dad never knew his dad, but so I'd hear a lot from him, wondering what his dad was like. Usually to my mom when he didn't think I was listening, but all I can say is it's complicated, and if you decide that he's an asshole and you want nothing to do with him, I will support you in telling him to get lost, but I'm trying to think how to say this. I guess he'll never be the dad you wanted growing up, but he could still be someone to you if you wanted to be, I think.
It's fine. I appreciate
Didn't say I'd kill him, just
There was a suspicious pause in there.
I was trying to think how to
The bird
word
mob's coming
things
for your
without being
kneecaps.
awkward.
The bird mob's coming for your kneecaps. You better run.
Scraw, motherfucker.
You better fucking run, cause you know he can't fly.
I need to make a bird mafia now.
Christ.
Hey, guess what?
We did
Val?
run into the cat mafia in another campaign.
Oh god. But yes, sorry. Continue.
Yep, here's saying, if you don't want anything to do with him, you don't have to, and if he is annoying, tell him to get lost, and I'll help you tell him to get lost. Okay. Maybe I'll just glare at him, I'm not so great with the words. But I guess I'm encouraging you to give him a chance. The whole time you were out, he wouldn't leave your side. He really was concerned.
I'll keep it in. The soup's real good.
Oh, I'm glad.
Deflection.
Yeah, not a whole lot of meat, because I'm not sure I should take anything in this area, but
Yeah.
we don't have frogs as much, or we have a few of them, but we don't really eat them where I'm from, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
And I don't recognize all the fish, and I was just... We were a little close to where the goddess... I just didn't want to mess with it.
Yeah. Aquatic stuff can be a little weird sometimes, just without even taking into consideration who we are. And then you throw that in the mix and it's all right.
As you're having this conversation, someone does stroll by the exterior of the room, like a paladin or something, and they stop and they take a couple steps backwards, like literally rewind, and they look in. It's looks like a human female, average height, with very sharp features and sort of spiky-ish black hair. And she goes, "Ooh, can I have some of this soup?"
Oh,
Sorry,
sure,
it smells
yeah.
really good, and I just happened by.
Oh, you're welcome. Here, let me get you a bowl.
Aw, thanks. You're really kind. You can have the fish in the moat if you want. They're not sacred or anything.
Oh, sure. Let me have some soup and we'll.
Oh,
if we can
sorry.
roast one.
Sorry. It's me, Virix. I can't get inside the
Thought I
building
knew
normally.
that accent.
So I kind of have to do a different form to walk through the hallways. Because I don't fit otherwise. You see now that heavy metal collar still sits around her throat.
Outside, Misa is running her hand through the water.
I had assumed we were all. I had assumed we were all outside because we were going to make soup as a excuse to give
Yep.
Tiska and Desire
Forced
some
family
time.
Yeah, you
forced
all
family
ran.
Conversation.
We were giving them some space.
It's true.
Threw Desire to the fucking wolves. What we did.
You really did. You just abandoned him in there.
We did it with love. We after the dog.
It needed to happen eventually.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Mir spoons out some soup and maybe sees about adding a fish.
Yeah, you can have them. I can go get one for you if you want.
Misa looks
Oh,
annoyed
sure.
at the fact that she cannot eat any.
Oh, I'm sorry, Misa.
It is okay.
Oh, hey Misa.
Hello?
Virix will hop out of the room for a little while and come back with hands dripping wet with moat, swamp water, and a large, shiny orange and white fish. She's like, this one's kind of old anyway, so like, you can eat him.
Right after Virix leaves the room, Essa like goes over to Misa. She knows your name.
Oh.
Okay, I want
something.
I want
you.
I want all of you to know that it is very obvious if you look at Misa that she is debating just flinging her arm out and clotheslining Hessa into the water again.
I mean, that would be fair.
It would also be hilarious.
Like, it is a very obvious expression on her kind of bony face that she is considering this.
Hey, Misa,
Now, Hessa.
Yes.
if you
You
need
must
advice,
let the
staff me.
love blossom.
Yeah, sure, because you're the one to ask about advice, Tim. What are you
Yes,
fucking
Tim.
talking about?
I mean, he does actually have the longest steady relationship out of most of us,
shit,
doesn't
really?
That's true.
Oh, well then fine, go for it.
he? Unless somebody is hiding a spouse they haven't told us about. Yeah, temp has.
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't know. Do we count the 10 years I ran away? Because I feel like we don't count that. But even still, it's
I mean, how dramatic was it, right?
years. Yeah, I mean, it was very dramatic.
Well, then probably, yeah. Fuck.
Like lots of pining, you know.
Sure.
Oh, then you definitely counted.
Yeah.
Come on now.
You count when you're pining. It's part of the whole drama of the thing. Or something. I think. I don't fucking know. Don't ask me.
I love how this is making it canon that being dramatic bitches is just like Temp's family.
I thought it
He's like,
wasn't already canon.
A true
Yes.
placeholder tradition.
Yeah.
Virix, she'll hand off the fish to you, and then she'll sort of dust her hands off almost, and she says, by the way, when you're ready to go, I think the lady has some kind of thing for you, or something. Something that you need. She was gonna give it to you, like a gift or something.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fun.
Some kind of...
We need to bring a flower to a dragon in the desert.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this has nothing to do with that, but...
Oh, okay.
We
also
did
quite a
come here
flower
for
over
that.
You did come here for... Femora kind of breaks in and she says, well, that one grows... Fucking, I keep the accents, man. I'm trying to manage 3 accents at once here. It's not easy.
Too many.
Oh, God, what's hers
Too many.
again?
New Jersey placeholder.
I'm trying to remember. Ephemera goes, no, listen. That one's out at the, That one's out at the south side of the... At the south side, a south fucking cliff side, you know? Over there. So we're gonna have to go over there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That shit doesn't grow around here. Winter switch ain't like a central sea flower. Unless you think the lady can grow us one. You think she can do that?
Probably.
Virix shakes her head. Of course she can do that. Fucking moron.
Oh, snap.
Mir's just gonna go gut a fish.
Lisa has slithered away.
Vyrix, you seem like a very important dragon to know. Can we get your number
Oh
in case we need to contact you later? I'm sure Misa has a stone that she would love to let you borrow.
Yeah, sure. Call the temple and ask for me anytime.
He's just going to fucking suplex you into the pond.
Listen, if you call the temple, I'll probably be here unless I'm out on a mission or something. I've got, I got stuff I need to do, but generally you can find me around here, guarding the place.
That's fair.
But sure, give me a call anytime.
Misa hissing far in the background.
You stop that. We're being such a baby.
Hessa immediately gets the number of the temple.
Yeah, for sure. It's a pretty well-renowned temple. It's not hard to figure it to find it, to acquire it.
Hey, Misa, guess what I got you?
Oh no, I had.
She got you the number of a pretty girl.
Little
Hessa puts her hand out for a high five.
Mir high fives.
troublemaker.
Yes.
Why are you
Also high
helping
five,
her?
sir.
No.
Yes. See?
You
If Mir is
stop
endorsing this, that means it's perfectly okay.
it. You stop it. You stop it right now.
I just want you to be happy.
We have a world to save.
Yeah, but you can have some fun in the meantime. Meet
You
a
don't
pretty
have the
girl.
Misa, what's the point?
You can have some
in saving the
smooches while
world
you save the
if
world.
you
Stop
don't
that.
have some.
Alright, I suppose snakes don't have lips as much.
Hey, Misa,
Snuggles then!
Yes,
Misa,
Tim.
what's the point in saving the world if you don't have someone to come home to and snuggle at the end of it?
What he said!
Oh. There is a very specific look on her face, and it is the look of someone who knows that they are not only outnumbered, but completely outlogicked, and just wants to disappear into the void.
Aw.
Yes. Good.
And Hessa, you hear her mumble, "Anyone tea?" They did not cover this in paladin training.
They usually don't.
You heard that laughter in the background?
I did.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good line.
Would that be noble?
Thank you, Noble.
Yes.
Hi, Noble. What's up?
God, it's like that Garrus line. This wasn't covered in my training
Rick,
manual.
I'm sorry. It's okay, Noble.
That was great. But yeah, Misa's just sort of mumbling at her hands. This was not part of the training protocols. What the fuck?
Believe me, they didn't cover cleric training either.
In
You do not
Hessa
understand
says-
humanity, unfortunately.
Oh,
Hessa
okay.
says back, "It's all right. We'll help you through this trying time."
Misa looking her in the eyes. This is only trying time because this is what you have made it.
I'm helping you.
We could have gone without this.
Yes, but I'm making you happy. It's okay.
Little rapscallion.
Pat on the back. A slight pat on the back.
I mean, that does, like, has to be fair. A little bit.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, JD. Zakra has permanent comprehend languages?
JD,
Yeah.
you're
What
too
the
OP.
fuck?
Fancy wizard.
Forgot about that.
Fancy wizard.
Mages
Does
are
this-
bullshit.
Is this a... I was gonna say, are you ever like... Man, I learned all those languages for nothing, or does it just add to the...
Good
enjoyment of it?
question.
So what I'm really hearing is, no one can have a private conversation around the cat ever again.
Unless it's in sign and he doesn't know sign. That would be the only exception,
Oh snap!
as it is not a spoken language.
Misa does not.
But he
know
knows
sign
sign, so really there's no hiding.
Yeah, no, there's no private.
There's one really easy way.
You make up a new one.
No, it's called. We get the gags and the blindfolds.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Lurker.
Just thought of a horrible phrase, but I'm fighting the urge to say it.
Lurk,
Do it,
was that
do
a
it.
character?
Do it.
No, of course not.
Damn. Okay.
Okay, we're having a conversation about something we don't know in character. There's no way it can be in character.
God.
Everything's in character.
Yeah.
The ability also grants you dark vision? Oh my god.
You already have it, yep. It cycles between
Wizard
several
is
things.
too
You can
OP.
pick different ones of them.
This is...
D, thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Wizards are too powerful.
Wizards are fucking wild. It's absurd.
But yeah, if a snake...
and absurd.
Oh god. But if this weird bone meat snake could blush, she would. But she can't. So she's just sort of staring at Hessa indignantly.
Well, your blood vessels do the blush thing, but
Well, yeah, but
there's
that
no
doesn't
skin
really
to show it
show
off.
Or skin,
Oh,
yeah, and
my.
that wouldn't come through the scales anyway.
Exactly. It's really kind of a pointless leftover mechanic
Yeah,
from the more humanoid versions of your species.
yeah, basically.
So, you have your lovely soup breakfast. And then Femira's request for a flower from the Lady of the Lily, instead of from the south rim of the Viridian Sea, is actually relayed to the lady by Virix. And after you all recover from your rather tumultuous night, and Tiska has had something to eat, so that's partially recovers you from being dead. Oh, let's see here. I do want to say, let's see. Hessa, you had some weird dreams.
Nice.
Hey. Sounds
They
great.
featured a lot of very giant frogs.
Okay.
Shout out to the fact that Misa can't have weird dreams.
Someday you'll sleep,
No.
and I'll be there.
That was really
That was
ominous.
Jesus
Val.
Christ.
Falk, the only time Misa's taking a nap is during the long sleep.
I know.
No!
No.
Hey, can you
Hey, listen,
don't-
I could just make you... You are technically dead right now, which is the long sleep, so I could just make you vividly hallucinate frogs for the rest of the campaign. How would you like that?
Jesus
Please.
Christ.
Oh, glory to the Hypnotoad.
I had the froggy dream again.
You don't see a dragon, you see a frog.
Oh, God.
It's just a really big frog.
Oh no.
It's like that frog... It's like that toad in Del Toro Quest.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah.
Oh no.
I need to read. I need to
yes.
read. Del
I
Toro
am
Quest
like
again. Goddamn.
90% certain there's a Skyward mod somewhere out there that turns all the dragons into giant frogs.
Absolutely.
I love
I mean,
everything about it.
Look, there's a Skyrim mod that turns every dragon into Macho Man Randy Savage, so I assume there's one that turns every dragon into frogs.
So,
Yeah.
after you finish up your breakfast, you return to the lady's chamber and find two things. The lady herself is not present. Well, not present. There is, of course, her giant lily flower in the center of the pond, but you don't see her humanoid form anywhere. What you do see are two smaller blossoms, one of which is a cluster of blossoms, really, of a viney, very pale white flower, almost whitish blue. And Femora goes, well, shit. There it is. Look at that.
Oh.
She actually
Nice.
did it. What the fuck? Alright. Sure, I'll take it. And the other of which is, it looks like a water lily blossom, but it's not opened. It is probably about the size of maybe an ostrich egg. And it's a tightly
Okay.
closed blossom. You enter the room, you look at these two things. One of them, the cluster, is obviously the winter switch. You don't know what the other object is.
We looked to Varix and asked, do we take this? Or
And she goes, I mean, yeah, I think so. You could ask her, though. Probably tell you a little more about what the hell that is. I don't actually know what it is. I just know it's in here for you.
Interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna walk up the same as I did yesterday, and basically ask, just kind of point to the
To the blossom. Okay, you cut out there, so.
I'm sorry. Basically, I'm just like, what's this, please?
You all hear her voice, the lady's voice. And she says, it will be a crucible for you. You need something to carry. Oh god, I gotta remember her accent.
So many accents, one game.
I know. Turns
I didn't
out
hear them.
then one Falcon.
3 to 4 is about the limit I can do before I mix them up.
Valid. No, that's fair.
She says, it is a crucible. You'll need it to carry the fire.
Oh, good, thank you.
Oh.
That was gonna be an interesting, challenge without it.
It will keep it warm for you until you can use it. Yes, your crucible is a flower.
Nice.
Bet you didn't see that one coming.
I love it.
I'm delighted.
She says, sever the blossom at the stem and take it with you. It won't get hurt. You don't have to worry.
Do we need to keep it watered or anything?
No.
Okay.
The fire is part of the world, and I am the world. I will gift the fire to you.
Thank you.
Alright.
Mir gets out like her little knife that she uses for collecting plants and things for potions and gently severs the
You gotta, like, really saw through that. It's a little bit thicker than your wrist.
Hester will
Alright, we'll
give
get
you a
out the
knife.
big knife that we use for
Yeah, this
Wait,
isn't a
you can
delicate
just-
snip situation.
You can use flicker if you want.
I have a somewhat larger knife that I use for like wood carving. If that would
Get out
be
the-
more accurate.
we'll get out the fish cutting knife.
You can use flicker. It
Any
goes through everything, I
any
think.
decently sized knife will do. You can cut through this thick green stem, and the flower, it's surprisingly heavy. It's tightly shut, so it's like a solid mass. About the size of an ostrich egg. Quite heavy, quite dense. It is now in your possession. It is cool to the touch.
But to clarify, it actually has the fire
No,
in it, or it's just okay.
it
We'll have
will
to go
hold
and
the
get-
fire when you find it.
Cool beans.
Nice.
Awesome. That was not in character.
Yes, it was.
And with that,
It was not.
you have
that is not a
everything you
thing that
need
the
from the
code
Viridian
says.
Sea.
Oh, cool beans. Mir definitely said in character.
Of course.
Coolest of beans.
The beans are frozen.
Oh, shit. Somebody better unfreeze those beans.
Jesus Christ. Ephemera kind of looks at you and says, well, that ended sooner than I thought it would. Okay, I'm fine with that. Fuck it, let's go.
Before we leave, Misa would like to bow at the edge of the pool and go, "My thanks to both you and the Lord for bringing her back safe and sound."
The lady laughs gently in your head. She wouldn't have come back if she hadn't proved herself worthy. It's her you should be thanking.
I
Your
will.
companion is strong.
I know. They all are. Even if they don't act like it. Besides, I thought the Lord might appreciate a thank you every now and again.
He does.
She bobs her head and then follows after everybody else.
Oh, one last question for the lady.
Mhm.
Do you know of a god named Nova?
Yes.
How do I help her?
There is some resentment towards her. You will have to help remove that.
Resentment
I was
From the
watching
rest of the family or other gods?
from her family. I was watching when they fought her and locked her away. It was not a fair fight. Their idea of her is twisted by the passage of time. They've come to think of her as a caricature of who she is.
And, Zai obviously wasn't made yet when that happened. Do you know what will become of them, or
They will be
if they
fine.
could help?
Restoring Nova will not destroy Zai. They are different. They take up two different places in the same world. They tried to craft a replacement and failed. They need her back to become whole.
Do you think Z would be helping Nova, or
You would have to
as
ask.
much obstacles as?
I don't know.
Okay, well, thank you.
Of course.
Mir kind of like bobs her head, and scoots up.
All right. With that, you can, unless anyone else has business for the temple, you can make your way back.
Mir just says to Virix, "Call Misa if she doesn't call you first."
Okay, got it. No
Amir,
problem.
yes. Hessa gives you another high five because you deserve it.
Hell
It-
yeah.
I think
It
we'll
is
wait a few
so-
days just to avoid being like, you know.
Well, no, I meant like
Too
she
old.
doesn't call you in a couple of weeks or something. Just
Sure.
Yeah.
It is so obvious that Misa A doesn't know what the fuck's going on. B does not know why you're doing this, and C just doesn't know what to do with herself.
Isn't it obvious?
Because
It's because gay.
She has put herself at a distance.
Yeah,
Because
and that's bad. So we're gonna get you some gay. It'll fix you right up.
she is fidgeting. She is just
the way you put that, Larker, sounds like I'm going down to the store. Do you need any gay Walma?
Yeah, could you pick up some 2% gay for me?
Dude,
Oh, we only
dude,
have
it's
full
coronavirus.
homo.
It's out.
No,
we-
homo man.
We only have whole gay. Dang.
Only 100%.
Misa has Bashini,
Misa has 2 hands.
but Misa doesn't understand that she has 2 hands.
As Temp said, hey, hit me up if you need some advice.
Misa does not understand that she has 2 hands.
She will.
We'll
Lisa has
help
like
her.
cent of each hand to be fair.
That's fair.
Yeah,
You're at over. Let's see here. You're at
I guess.
probably
72 out of 101.
Yeah, so you're at 70% of each hand.
Nice. I almost have my hands back.
Yeah, you've got actually a
That would be
significant
pretty
amount
handy.
of musculature back at this point. I'm still wondering when your eyes come back.
They're the
Cool.
last thing to come back.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that, because
Terrifying.
that's cooler than eyes in a skull, like a weird anatomy skeleton that people use to demonstrate in class.
Yes,
I
I
love
would
the
prefer.
thought of that.
Yeah,
I would.
It's disgusting. It
I
never done.
I much prefer the thought of her not having eyes in a fully reformed face.
You know what? Actually, yeah, we'll go with that, because when a creature dies, the eyes are the first things to go, because ants eat them.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why when you get like a roadkill corpse or something, usually it doesn't have any eyes, even if its body is pretty well preserved.
Huh.
Today
Wow.
on terrifying
They're soft.
biology facts I never thought about.
So yeah, your eyes will be the last thing to come back, because they were the first thing to be eaten.
Yes.
Damn
Wonderful.
shit, I didn't need to know.
And yet you know them now.
We can just give you like little googly eyes in the meantime.
She
Jesus
would
Christ.
vehemently say, "Go fuck
I've got
yourself."
one fake eye.
Oh my god, you do.
Yes, I do.
You would politely decline for that one.
Okay.
She would just say,
Googly eyes.
"No."
Well, with that, I think you guys can make your way back towards Paramonimos. Your business in the
Make our way
Viridian Sea
downtown.
is concluded. You still have the eyes in a jar. No, you still have them. They're just in the bag of holding. Out of Hessa's
No,
reach.
I left
Is
them.
that where they are?
Oh no, did you leave them with somebody?
Huh?
Alexander.
Yes, I did.
Where did you leave them?
No, I gave
Tell
them
me.
a
Was it Alexander?
No, V.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
See how it is.
Yeah, V's like, cool,
They
never
seemed
gonna touch
responsible.
these.
Just give them back to Hessa. It's fine.
No, I'm
No.
not gonna do that.
Nope.
She
Nope.
made one mistake.
You
with
almost
them,
killed
okay?
Alexander.
Also,
It wasn't. Okay, it was kind of on purpose at the time, but it's fine.
for the record, while we're
grew
on the
past
road,
it.
Mirkin keeps up the let's get awkward family conversations to happen by trying to nudge Temp and Femra into that.
Oh lordy.
Oh no.
That is. Oh, I did. You know, I was gonna wait till next session, but we'll bring this up now.
Oh, no.
Mir, you remember Femra asked you for help with something. You specifically. And she asked you to
Yes.
chat with her when your mission was over. She has not brought it up since.
It's alright.
Do you wish to do anything with that information?
She's actually a zombie.
Oh shit, not again.
I'll sort of like slightly bring it up on the road and wait to see if she wants to talk about it on our way back or when we get back to Paramonimos.
What do you say?
Hey, you mentioned wanting help something?
You know, she actually seems kind of nervous. Just never mind about that. Actually, I have changed my mind. I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, what was it? Can I
It's
know?
nothing. Not a big deal. Nothing.
Are you sure? Cause it sounds like something.
Secrets are no fun.
Where is Temp right now?
He's not within earshot of this, I'd assume.
Listen,
He's
don't
probably clowning on Misa.
worry
Yeah,
about it.
Yeah,
Oh.
Mir
It's-
probably would have waited until she could have just Femura's earshot in case there's something sensitive.
It's a fucking personal thing, and I don't really wanna. I don't want him to know. Because it's, just don't worry about it. It's. Listen, when you go on for fucking adventuring and stuff, you'll take care of him, right?
Of course. Despite his best efforts to the contrary.
Oh yeah, trust me, I saw that shit with the dragon. You fucking run up and punch a dragon, what are you, dumbass? God.
In terms of
Ass
defense, it didn't
damage
work.
to Strahd.
Yeah.
Yep, there was that too.
There was the floating with Strahd. Don't worry, I patched him up afterward and I'm doing my best.
It was only a mild.
Visa
fuck.
helps.
We
Yeah.
told him about, or we told Femura about Strahd
Yeah.
if it wasn't broadcast.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
we did.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You, just take care of him.
Should we give Femura our number? So she can do, like, occasional dumbass sibling check-ins?
I wouldn't.
Mir will give her the sending stone number.
Roll insight.
No. Oof. 10.
No ulterior motives here.
Something's off, but you can't tell what.
Are you sure everything's okay?
I mean, no,
You're
but
welcome to.
it's not.
I mean, hey. I am basically a stranger to you. Sometimes it helps make it easier to talk to people.
Yeah, see, like, this kind of thing, it would...
Can I try rolling persuasion?
Sure.
Oh my god.
What'd you get?
Natural 20.
Are you serious? Oh, shit. Okay.
I went from rolling a
Fuck yeah,
2
bud.
for the insight to the thing I'm actually good at to a 20 on the thing I'm a negative modifier for.
Fuck. Alright. She,
Nice!
She runs her hands over her face. He's not, he can't hear, can he? He's nowhere nearby.
He is clowning
Mir,
on Misa,
like-
who is in the front.
I want you to take care of him, because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be around.
Why? Is
Suffice to
something
say, I fucked up and made a bad deal.
Can we help? We've done a lot of crazy shit.
Really, I mean, that's what I was gonna ask, but now I'd just rather he
We
don't
have
know.
been to hell and the abyss.
What's important
The
to me?
Feywild and the Shadowfell.
What's important to me is that I don't want him to know, because right now he's got a pretty positive opinion of me. If he finds out about this, I don't think it's gonna remain that positive. And I actually give a shit about what my brother thinks, so...
Oh no.
I literally, honestly would rather die than have him, like, think of me like a fucking tool.
There isn't some way we can help?
Insert arbitrary reminder that Misa is willing to do a lot of stupid shit.
I mean,
Maybe.
we have a...
But
Okay, look. I didn't expect to have to make this speech 2 times today. But family is a weird thing, and sometimes you don't always agree with them, and sometimes they do things you don't agree with, and...
yeah, but like I actually care about what he thinks,
But-
unlike everybody else in my family ever. So, you know, I want him to have a...
But do you want him to know not you, or...
Well, I'd prefer him to have
I love
a
you.
sister who didn't fuck up and make a stupid deal with a fucking devil.
Which devil? Maybe we've met him.
I seriously doubt it. It was some fucking... I wasn't paying attention. You notice I don't get hurt. Right? You notice that? I don't get hurt.
Oh
Guess
shit.
I just assumed you were that fucking badass.
No.
Oh.
It's protecting me, because I told it that if it did, I would give it fucking whoever I killed. Except I haven't killed anybody, because I don't want to. So it keeps saying, oh, you're gonna pay me? And I say no. But if you wait, I'll give you more. Because I don't want to fucking kill anybody. But if I don't
That's
actually
understandable.
fulfill my end of the deal, all of the damage it's ever, had me not take, it's gonna give it me once, and then I'll just fucking collapse. So I'm kinda in a pickle here, and I'm definitely gonna die within the next 3 months or so. So,
And 2 of
Okay,
us have
so-
Revivify.
Yeah, the question is,
I don't feel like Revivify is
does it
gonna
have
work
some
in this
sort of hold on
situation,
your
boss.
soul? Because,
You
like,
fucking
you
betcha.
can raise the dead. Oh, okay,
wait,
yep.
do you think a devil makes a deal and it doesn't... She lowers her voice again. Do you think a devil makes a deal and doesn't fucking count that it has somebody's soul in it? Oh, death is not so concrete in this goddamn world, so they, make sure I looked it up.
What devil was this?
I
Again, maybe...
I never saw it. Just heard. I mean, like, it was disguised, so I don't know what kind or
Did
anything.
it give you any kind of name?
No. Not a real one, anyway. But I bet I could contact it. I could try and contact it.
Now we have a new mission.
Damn right we do.
We are emotionally attached, Falk. There's nothing we can do about it now.
Damn, sis.
Oh, whoa.
Look. Again, this may be... We are probably one of the best shots you will have doing this, and... Again... Do you really think it would make... Would it... Kitty!
Oh,
The baby says save Femera.
hashtag save the gang.
Hashtag save the
Do you think it would be
gay.
any kinder to him to just disappear after a few months?
Well,
Gone?
I'm not a fucking philosopher. I don't know.
I love Femera so much.
I got no goddamn clue.
Well then, we're going to help you. And you have no choice in the matter.
Fuck it. What have I got to lose? Let's do it.
Damn right!
Yay!
We'll end the session there,
Oh, whoa.
and I will be back to chat with you in just a minute.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Bye.
All right. Long session. A lot of good stuff happened in this one. Met another one of my many gods. because I just can't resist adding more deities to my wonderful world. Thank you all for joining me tonight, joining all of us. Love my gods. Yeah, I put a lot of work and love into them. I was really proud of that dead hyena. Dead vulture hyena. If it wasn't clear, Lord of Decay's avatars constantly change as the old ones rot away. He has to replace them with new, fresh corpses. This one was pretty fresh still. It had most of its appearance still. It wasn't like bones. It was still like a visible hyena with some dope wings. They all have vulture wings because that's kind of his whole deal, and they're almost always scavengers because he's the Lord of Decay, of rot. So, they're talking about how everybody loves paladins. A lot of paladins in this game. That's true. There was Varuk, Nasiri, V, and Virix, Misa. There's a lot of paladins. I gotta stop making NPC paladins. I really do. Alrighty. Thank you guys for stopping by tonight. I hope that I will be back next week, possibly sooner if I really keep meaning to stream some stuff, but I keep getting distracted by cooking, because cooking is fun. For those of y'all who are not yet in my Discord, I'm gonna go ahead and grab an invite link for that, because I think I saw a name I didn't recognize in the chat. So, let me grab an invite for that, copy it, go onto it on my other computer, post it in the chat. Nope, .tv, not slash. I forgot my own username. What's my name? Falcon. I forgot my own username. And there you go. Alright, for anyone who has never been on my Discord server here is an open invite. You may join. Please do. It is very fun. We have a lot of daily chatter, and that's where I post all my dope food pictures. I have a webcam somewhere. I do. A cooking stream. Oh, maybe I'll do a cooking stream. I've seen some people doing those lately, so maybe I'll do a cooking stream at some point. I'll make something amazing. I don't know. We'll have to see. We can chat about it on my Discord server. Alright. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Hopefully I'll be back at some point during the week, and if not, I'll be back on next Saturday for more Dungeons and Dragons. I hope you have a wonderful night, and until next time, good night, and stay safe.